Alrighty, welcome back everyone. It is LaughNgamez here. I'm back with another Starcraft 2 1 versus 1 replay cast. It should be a good one here, as it's looking a lot like my last cast. If you're checking out the players' names, it's a Terran versus Protoss. Spawning down in the bottom right on the map Ascension to Aiur, it is Classic. And then his opponent, spawning up on the top left-hand side of the map, it is Psystorm's GuMiho. Should be a good one here between the last two guys. GuMiho, in the last game we cast between him versus Classic, had a bit of a tough time. He was trying to attack Classic, deal damage all over, but ultimately nothing really ever amounted of it, and as a result, Classic sort of just macroed up and eventually won the game with a bunch of carriers. We'll see if that's the case for this game here. So we'll just have to see what these two guys get up to. Ascension to Aiur, a bit harder of a map to macro on for the Protoss players. There's a lot more angles, and the map distance is a lot closer, so we tend to see a lot more aggressive strategies. We'll have to see how it works out this game. So we'll have to see. Coming up here for the builds for these guys, it looks like GuMiho did go for his barracks before his refinery. So actually, maybe looking to go for that CC, going for a bit quicker of an expo there. Just as a result, you delay the gas a little bit. You have a few more minerals instead of gas, so you have the slightly later factory there. He's also skipping the Reaper. That's a big key into this. Right now we've got that CC on the way up. Classic does identify it. Classic, seemingly every game I've cast of him or seen of him lately, he goes for the probe scout. This little guy moves out here, wants to see what's going on. And for someone like Classic, I think that's honestly a very good decision. If you're confident enough that when you know what's coming, that you'll be able to deal with it, then yeah, investing in that little bit of probe scout is probably worth it. GuMiho marching out with this Marine on the map, knows the timings, knows that he can move out safely. Actually going for Marauder with Concussive Shell here. So this is a build, I believe, that must be gaining in popularity a little bit. Maybe just wanting to catch the first move out. Stalkers are very good at the current time, so being able to catch one, being able to catch a Protoss player off guard with something like a Concussive Shell Marauder is very good. We'll see where this Marauder's moving out. It's a small investment. Really the main investment is the fact that you have to put on the tech lab and the fact that you have to cut Marines to do it. GuMiho following this up with a fast 2 more barracks here, so going to be playing a heavy, very heavy bio style. Currently got 2 Marauders out. The other one's marching around the south. Not sure what he's going to try and get done with here. May just be scouting at this point. A very odd unit choice to be scouting with. Something like a Concussive Shell Marauder. The Marine on the watchtower is aware that there's no unit move-outs for Classic. So Classic has just been scouting it with his own Stalker, so there's no risk of him losing it at this stage. Right now we've got the engineering bay on the way for GuMiho, so he did cut Marine production, so he's prepared to throw up missile turrets if he needs to do so, as he doesn't have any scouting, so he's not aware what tech is coming out of Classic. Although Classic not going for the Oracle or anything like that, opting to go for the Blink with the Twilight Council, like Protoss have been doing a lot lately. They really like that Twilight Council tech. He'll maybe go for a Robo in just a minute here, just to follow it up and to sort of get his tech completely rolling. GuMiho, on the other hand, investing in that stim, producing Marines non-stop, not even bothering to go for reactors just yet, so he wants to bulk up this bio count. And it's possible he may just be able to catch Classic off guard with a stim timing and just quickly take the game. I mean, Classic's making Stalkers. He's got up a shield battery at the front of his natural. However, a stim bio can march forward and deal a lot of damage here. So 1 Marine also still just left on the watchtower, so Classic a little bit worried, not moving out just yet. He's now moving out with a Stalker here, so he's going to see that Marine, maybe chase it off. We'll see if GuMiho can get it away or whether he'll just stay hiding there. Classic actually taking the watchtower on the opposite side there, not actually on the watchtower just yet. There we go, he fixes that, but the Marine is just hiding for his life there, knowing that the Stalker's hiding out there. That Robo is finishing up. We have Blink done as well, so Classic will be able to move out, maybe go for a bit of a poke and prod. However, GuMiho got quite a fast stim here, got Concussive Shell Marauders, so I'm not sure that he could be set up any better to deal with something like this. He is going to have the later Medivacs here, as his factory is going to be a little bit late. He's going to get up to Starport as well. or want to get up that starport pretty much as quick as you can. Right now, there we go, starport on the way. We'll see him likely build a reactor after that. Throwing up a bunker as well, wanting to be safe. He may actually catch these stalkers here. Classic is going to blink back very quickly. Identifies that there's concussive shell. He's going to say, whoa, why is that there? Terran players not usually going for concussive shell so quickly. GuMiho didn't get any early catches, but it's certainly going to have its use in this game right now. GuMiho moving a Marine down the ramp. That sacrificial lamb, seeing that those stalkers are still hanging out there. The bio can jump on top of what the Protoss player has, however, when it's really short-lived without the medivac support. He's going to be able to produce medivacs relatively soon here, and then GuMiho may be able to move out and deal quite a blow to Classic. Classic didn't go for crazy economy or anything like that. He's just getting up his third base, pardon me. Right now we've got 5 racks on the way for GuMiho here. So he's going to have a lot of bio. This is going to be quite the timing here. We're going to see how Classic will deal with this. He's doing the pretty common double forage charge upgrades. However, I'm not sure how the timing is going to work out. He's chrono boosting out the upgrades, so that will be good. Whether the charge will be done is a different question entirely, though. Because with these medivacs coming out, I believe GuMiho will start to move out on the map, and he's going to do just that. Classic has the stalkers. He may be able to buy some time here with them. However, this is a lot of bio moving across the map. Picking off even 1 or 2 Marauders would be absolutely huge for Classic. Forced to blink back there once. GuMiho stimming forward on the pursuit of these stalkers. Classic doing that typical Protoss, poking and prodding. Picking off a medivac would also be huge. GuMiho, good micro, they're not losing any units. Classic really wants something, really knows that the noose is tightening around his neck. As this bio, Classic cannot fight it in a straight up fight just yet. He's got a good count of zealots, the charge will be done, he will have the 1-1, but so will GuMiho relatively soon, so it's going to be an equal fight, and it could be a bit tough for Classic here. The 1 Immortal popped out will be huge. A 2nd Immortal on the way. That's going to be a lot of the DPS, which is going to be required to deal with this bio. GuMiho running more units across the map. Double Widow Mines, double Liberators on the way. So he may just play that sort of encroaching style in which he'll encroach on Classic. Set up the mines, set up the Liberators. Classic is going to want to deny that. Maybe pick off a Marauder. Almost gets one, but now it's going to be healed all the way up by these medivacs here. We've got 1 sentry, so this ramp cannot be engaged up. Classic forced to run to his 3rd base to defend it. He's now building up quite a scary army count. 21 zealots is a lot for GuMiho to deal with. We see a few observers around for Classic. Keeping 1 on top of this army would be good just to know exactly where it is. However, he does see this army. GuMiho may know that the observer is there. Is he going to scan for it? No, instead he's going to continuously move. I'm not sure if GuMiho knows that he's fully seen here by Classic. A Marine going down there. Classic trying to nickel and dime GuMiho into a deficit here. Scan does go down, so that observer is now resting in pieces. The double Liberator is done. However, there is a good count of stalkers for GuMiho. For Classic, pardon me. Classic picking off another Marine or 2. He's doing a good job, really doing the best that he can. Maybe going to get a Widow Mine or 2. Not quite, though. Right now we see the fight actually may be occurring right now. Classic charging with some zealots. A lot of them being shaved off. His force field's kind of working against him there. And that, I think, was pretty much all of his sentry energy. He is getting an Archon or 2, which is really going to help with the tanking. So Classic's army actually looking quite strong right now. We're going to have to see how this is going to work out. He's going to be able to try and get a surround on this army. He's actually really going for the surround if he goes up north and comes from behind there. Would be a very huge fight. He's actually going to go for it, just coming in from the front right now. A lot of Widow Mines are going to detonate on the Zealots, dealing some friendly fire. However, there still are these Stalkers. The Stalkers do blink forward, though, and that's a lot of bio putting out damage. All the Liberators have gone down. The Immortals are still in the back, dealing a lot of damage there. There may just be enough. A few more Zealots coming in is really all that Classic needs to push this back. That was actually a bit of a mistake there by Classic, though. The 1 Arc on the 1 Stalker and the 1 Zealot. Boy, the slacker of all kinds did not participate in that fight, and that really could have helped Classic shut it down a little bit more effectively. Maybe he wouldn't have lost so many units. Right now, though, Classic is in quite a good situation. I believe he had 2-2 for that fight, and that's part of the reason why it went so well. He's now heading towards 3-3. GuMiho on his way to his own 2-2. However, he will have an upgrade disadvantage once again. going to need some more medivacs as well, as this bio is very weak. He's getting up more barracks, so he's really going to commit to this 3-base aggression here with large amounts of bio. And if he can take a good fight, if he can sort of make Classic misstep, that may just be what he needs. We'll have to see how it works out. Classic securing the 4th base. I would like to see a pylon or two up here in case GuMiho does charge in to attack. He's starting a pylon, however, it may be a little bit late to warp in. This army for GuMiho, yes, it's stim bio, however, it's not too scary. There's 4 Immortals, some Archons in this army, so Classic looking pretty scary right now. I'm not sure if GuMiho is going to be able to make anything happen. He must have a lot of supply back at home, and he does, so engaging with this. Picking off the Warp Prism was very nice. Getting a bit of damage with a Liberator there, I believe. Working away on this Nexus, however, he is going to have to retreat there. Right now we've got Classic stepping forward, going to be moving up this ramp. Medivacs healing this army. GuMiho really coming in with all of his force right now. He's got a fair few Widow Mines here. Really, it's going to come up to his kiting. He's actually going to go for a Doom Drop. Okay, this is one move to make, and there's actually no eyes on that army. So GuMiho sending 5 full Medivacs into the base of Classic. Classic will scout it with this Pylon and Observer. GuMiho needs to be so careful. Does he have a Medivac boost? He does. Is he going to go in for it? No, he doesn't. He's actually forced back. GuMiho gonna try and hit the 4th base with the 1-2 punch. However, Classic had a good positioning there, but now GuMiho is heading into the main base, and Classic did not warp anything in. He thought he pushed GuMiho away, but no, GuMiho snuck by. He's now heading into the main base. The recall's forced. GuMiho needs to get out of there, though, before the Stalkers can warp. GuMiho is going to unload here to buy some time. He is going to hit the 4th base. While this is going on, there's a fair few Stalkers and Zealots, but I don't know if it's going to be enough to stand up to all this bio right now. The Zealots are doing their best, however, they are starting to melt away. A lot of Widow Mines have waddled forward. More Zealots are being warped in on top of this. Meanwhile, the drop cleaned up. Classic doing his best to hold on at this base. Keeping this Nexus alive is so critical for him. It's really important as GuMiho's on his way to his own 4th base. Probes have evacuated, however, the Nexus itself may go down. The units for Classic are running forward, however, he has just lost this Nexus right now. There's another drop going on in the main base. GuMiho sort of pulling Classic apart here. This is the Classic GuMiho drops. GuMiho forced to pull a few more units back home. Will be able to shut down these Medivacs, I believe. The Stalkers are going to want to blink to pick that off. Gets one of the Medivacs, however, it is not the full one. And that other one left with that teeny tiny bit of health right now. So Classic stuck on 3 bases, whereas GuMiho is getting up to a 4th base right now. He actually floated his main. I'm loving that choice just to keep his economy going, as he's quite safe right now. Classic bled off some probes, bled off his 4th base, and this is why he's in a bit of a rough situation. Maybe worth it for him to start long distance mining here. Even had a lot of his gateways unpowered, which is why it was so hard for him to shut that down. Quite the Artosis pylon there. 3-3 now on the way for GuMiho. He's going for another drop, just landing on top of the Stalkers. Balls to the wall here. Right now we've got these Stalkers all go down there. GuMiho, a lot of this stim bio, but most of it will get away there. And now he's heading towards the natural. The Archons and the Stalkers will be there to intercept. Picks off one of the Medivac. GuMiho may be throwing away a bit too much right now. Classic warping in some more. However, Classic has yet to start a 4th base. Or maybe he didn't, it was cancelled there. But the fact that he does not have a 4th base is putting him in a world of trouble. He may just have to go for one big attack here to try and kill GuMiho. And that may be what he's going for right now. He's got quite a high number of Zealots, still 20 Zealots, 4 Immortals. That's a lot of damage if he can take the right fight. GuMiho gonna be a little bit worried here, gonna be getting set up, but this is a lot of bio right now. Classic, though, still ahead in the army supply. He doesn't, or actually, pardon me, he does have a Warp Prism with this army. GuMiho taking a bit of an engagement before much of his army is there. The Immortals were actually caught off guard. GuMiho may have charged in, though, a little bit preemptively, as these Zealots are getting on top of his army. Maybe he should have bought more time. The Stalkers picking off all the Medivacs there, so GuMiho may have overextended, thinking he had a good fight. However, Classic, his army was very strong there. GuMiho forced to evacuate this base. Classic killing off so many SCVs that were sort of intercepted there. They were not mineral walked, so they all went down. This command center may go down a base for a base at this point in time. GuMiho trying to go for a counter drop does pick off a lot of these Zealots. However, this bio is so red right now. Production for GuMiho has been compromised here, and GuMiho's down on supply. We're really going to need to get him to set up some more Widow Mines right now if he wants to hold on. I think maybe put them a little bit more forward, but he doesn't know that Classic has no observer with this army. Classic looking to poke in, go for the death blow. SCVs are making a run for it. We'll see if Classic continues to pursue them, goes for the third base, and it looks like he will instead of actually just going for the throat, forcing GuMiho to come out right now. GuMiho may be coming out, and it may be a little bit too late, though. The command center goes down, so even if he saves this, it's a little too late right now. Widow Mines are burning. He picks off an Archon or two. That is a nice pick off there. Most of the Immortals have gone down as they were caught earlier. GuMiho doing his best to take this fight right now. However, he's being forced back. The Zealots just closing the gap right now. GuMiho does not have enough. GG gets called as Classic takes this Terran versus Protoss. Very well played by Classic. They're bringing down GuMiho. He just knew. That's the killer instinct right there. He just went right on in for it. Managed to bring him down. So if you guys enjoyed the cast, feel free to leave a like, feel free to subscribe. Trying to break that 1K subscriber mark. Trying to hit some goals on YouTube here. If you do have casting feedback, feel free to let me know. I was a bit nasally this cast, so I just woke up feeling also a little bit sick, but still loving to cast some StarCraft. So I shall see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.